Am I audible? Good evening, everyone. We often hear that success leaves clues. But what if you have the chance to hear those clues directly from the people who've actually followed them? Tonight's session is all about REM and UPE. It's exactly about that, breaking down what it really takes to earn some of the most prestigious recognitions within the IEEE Computer Society. I am Parvati Vinay, the Women in Computing Coordinator, and before we begin, I want you to shift your perspective just a little. Don't think of these scholarships as distant or unattainable. Think of them as your next step, something within your reach, with the right clarity and direction. And to help you get there, we've brought in two incredible speakers, where one's exactly where you are today and chose to aim higher. First up, we have Navneet KB. Not only he was the chairperson of IEEE SBC RSET, he is also a fresh REM scholar from the spring 2025 batch. So if you want to know what a winning application looks like right now, he is your guy. And joining him is Reema Shaji. Reema's journey is a masterclass in growth, from being a UPE scholar in 2022 to now being a Chevening scholar for the 2025-26. She proves that these IEEE scholarships are often just a launchpad for global opportunities. And now, it is my pleasure to invite our dearest MDC, Ms. Sania Joby, to moderate the session. Sania, please.
Good evening, all. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, thank you, Parvati, for that wonderful introduction. And a very good evening to everyone joining us today. As introduced, I'm Sania, and I'll be moderating the session on all about REM and UPI. We have with us two incredible speakers who have not only achieved these scholarships, but have also built journeys that we can all learn from. So, let's dive in. To begin, let's explore the REM scholarship from someone who has recently gone through the process and successfully secured it, Mr. Navneet KB. So, Navneet, to set the context for everyone here, could you briefly walk us through what the REM scholarship is and who is eligible to apply?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Navneet KB. I'm a recent graduate from Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, where I previously served as the chairperson of IEEE Computer Society, SBC, Student Branch Chapter. Throughout my undergrad journey, I was deeply involved in IEEE, and eventually that led me to receive IEEE Computer Society's Richard E. Mervin Scholarship. So today I'll talk more about this scholarship. So yeah, the REM Scholarship or Richard E. Mervin Scholarship is a global scholarship offered by IEEE Computer Society that recognizes students not just on academics, but also on three major aspects: leadership, technical skills, as well as IEEE volunteering. One important thing to know about this scholarship is that it is offered twice a year. So there are two application cycles, the spring cycle that is currently happening right now, then comes the fall cycle, which usually falls around October, if I'm not wrong. So that's all about REM.
Okay, Navneet. So, speaking about your applications, what do you think made your application stood out from the rest? What was it? Was it events that you were a part of, or was it your CGPA, the letter of recommendations? What do you think actually mattered?
Okay, so to be honest, I had strong IEEE involvement in three major levels. first of all comes the SB level, where I conducted events and different outreach activities within our college itself. Then comes the Kerala section level, where Kerala chapter level, the computer CSKC basically, where I conducted different events, including informatic and game jam in collaboration with KC. And when it comes to the section level, I served as the point of contact for POC for IEEE 2024, where I manage the registration team. So yeah, I clearly explained that my volunteering experiences within all three levels. On top of that, I have maintained a pretty good academic performance with strong technical projects. On top of that, I received really good letter of recommendations from my chapter advisor as well as my branch counselor, SB branch counselor. For instance, my chapter advisor, Anu ma'am, is also my project guide for both my mini as well as main project. So as a result, she was able to clearly understand both my technical as well as leadership experiences, which made the recommendation more meaningful and genuine, I feel like. But beyond all of this, I believe the real factor was how I presented it. So to be very honest, it's not about how experienced you are. It's about how you present yourself. It's about how you market yourself. It's about the storytelling involved with it. And I believe I did a really good job with that.
So now need your application. Could you explain to us how you drafted your application and what was the refining process in it?
To be very honest, I don't remember the actual application process, and it's been a while. But from what I remember, it took something like 2 weeks for me to complete the application. I first of all went through the evaluation criteria and I mapped my experiences with it. And then I started the whole application, drafting the application process. I took the help of my chapter advisor, Anima, and she actually helped me refine the whole application. And within something like 2 weeks, I completed the application, including finalizing the letters of recommendation from both the chapter advisor as well as the branch counselor.
Well, I can see how much time you have given in refining your application. So generally speaking about your applications, did you specify any metrics, maybe like the reach and growth of the events that you were part of and everything? Like, how did you validate them?
When it comes to matrices, okay, for events and initiative, I use specific matrices. Like I use the number of participants or even the scale of the event and things like that. So, but there are also even where the scale, where the actual number is not present. So I use the impact of the event, things like the scope of the event, how well it. I went through went through matrices like the feedback forms and things like that. I often validate it using the tool records itself so that my impacts are both clear as well as credible.
Okay, Navneet. So right now you're serving as a student ambassador. So what was your student ambassador vision?
Okay, so in my one of the key things that I focused in my student ambassador vision was awareness. From my experience working with IEEE, I have seen that a lot of valuable IEEE initiatives are often not widely known. Like for example, like the Kerala section offers Launchpad. It offers undergraduate student placement opportunities, but most of the people are not aware about this. Even scholarships like REM are not that well known. So my focus was to bridge this gap to to basically improve these opportunities by better communication and promotion among students. So this was my vision, and that's how I perfected my vision. So yeah.
I have to say now, I do believe our participants have got to know a bit about these very factors that you just stated. So there are a lot of benefits about the computer society and many IEEE benefits which often go unknown. So I have to say that is a pretty good vision that you have right there. And now speaking about the REM scholarship, yes, we have the spring cycle and the fall cycle. So now I believe the deadline for the current session is April 13th. That is for the spring cycle. And this would be the only opportunity for the final year students, that is the third years who are currently moving to the fourth year. This would be the current and only opportunity for them to apply. While when I'm talking about second years, the very ones who are going to be third years in the coming term, they do have the opportunity to apply for the fall cycle and again the coming 2026 spring cycle. I'm sorry, the 2027 spring cycle. So to the fourth years, what is that you have to convey? The very ones who just have a last opportunity left. Is there anything in particular that you would like to convey to them?
So to clarify, REM scholarship is offered to graduate students as well as students who are in the last 2 years of their undergrad journey, basically say third and fourth year. So all these people can apply for it. So to something that you have to keep in mind is definitely don't list your achievements as in always go like instead take a bit of time and explain what you actually did, what initiative you took and what outcome it had. And because just writing I organize this particular event doesn't really say much. By explaining your role, the challenges you face, and the outcomes makes a big difference.
Thank you, Navni, for that information. Yes. So coming to Rima. Now, Rima was actually one of the only 4 individuals from the year 2022 who was actually awarded the UPE scholarship. So I have to say that is something to be proud of. And yes, you two made us proud, for you are a representation from India. So, Rima, could you also please explain the application process for the UPI scholarship?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Rima. So before I say that I was among the like only four in globally to get the scholarship, to be honest, I was also applying for REM scholarship every year, but I was not able to crack it. I do not know. So something to start off with is you shouldn't give up on the fact that you applied for some and you didn't get that, and you are not applying for the next one. So what I did parallelly was whenever I was applying for REM, I was applying for UP as well, because UP happens only once in a year, apart from REM, because REM you can apply twice a year. There are 2 cycles, I believe. So, but where compared to UP, it was just once. So try applying for UP as well every time you apply for REM. So UP scholarship has very similar criteria, just like I believe I'm audible and visible to everyone. I'm sorry if there is any.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rima.
Thank you. All right. So it has all of the same criteria, just like REM. You need to have an active IEEE Computer Society membership, and also most importantly, or it also consider a little more of your score performance as well, but not to a point that that is not only the deciding factor, but they also consider your academic performance or academic score as well, because as it's only given to a very small number globally, they also look into your academic achievement, meaningful technical contribution, and clear vision of how your academic achievements would be able to contribute to the community you have. I had a pretty good CGPA. I see a question there, or should I answer towards the end? What would you prefer?
You could just answer it now.
Yeah, so I tried keeping 9.14 across my exams. So it was something I always wanted to keep. It was never that, but then I also had a phase where I couldn't, I got washed out the whole semester. So I understand that as well. So there was a period for me where I had to, where I went for a scholarship program, a student exchange program in US for a semester. So there I had a semester back in US, but I had all of my exams, like all of my whole semester washed out. So I got around like I literally didn't attend any of my exams there, and then I had to come back and write all of the exams together. So there was like I had my fair share of bitter experience across, but yeah, I tried keeping good CGPA, but at least somebody asked for CGPA, because at this point nobody asked for CGPA. To being very honest, once you start working, once you're into your adulthood, or when you're into actual world, nobody asks for CGPA. They only look for skills. But I'm happy somebody asked for CGPA. At least at this point, I can flex my CGPA, what I worked for, because still my friends pull my leg saying that what is the big deal getting that CGPA. So yeah, I mean, this apart, getting back to what my question was, yeah. So basically, I had a lot of, I believe not just CGPA was the deciding factor. It's also the work that you did in computer society and the impact it has created. So you have to make sure that you include most of that, and try including the volunteering experiences that you had. And also, I believe there were 4 essays that you have to submit in one, where you have to write your extracurricular activities, and where you have to mention about the other works that you've done across other communities as well. So that's something that was an add-on to my whole application. And I was also being able to present myself in or work with my SB along with the Kerala section. So I had experiences from 2 different section, which also I believe added to the whole application. And when I got to hear this was like I was given this opportunity, it was mostly about how well I presented my information. So something I kept in mind, or as someone who has applied several scholarships and got rejected most of them, I believe numbers are a good or a best friend for scholarship application, but you have to make sure that you're being honest with it, rather than exaggerating on numbers. You have to be specific on how it helped someone, or how did it work or bring the impact. So also something I made sure is, irrespective of you thinking whether this event is a very small thing, or the scale of how it has impacted or how much you've contributed doesn't matter. You have to make sure that you put out every experiences that you had with IEEE in your essays, because they doesn't know what the event is, or how much impact it has created, or how big of an event it was. It's how much you how well you present it is what matters. So make sure you make a list of activities that you've been part of, things that you've organized, things that you learned, and also the experiences that you've got, skills that you've learned from IEEE, as a list before you start writing your essays. Once you have that, it's your framework, it's your backbone, and then you start developing your essays for all 4. So that's what I did with my essay writings.
Well, Rima, I just asked you one question and I got the answer to almost all of my questions. So I think you just made my work more easier. So, maybe speaking about you, right now you're a Chevening scholar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Am I?
To be honest, that was my first question to my interviewer as well when I was in the second stage, where how do you actually pronounce Chevening? So I like to pronounce it Chevening, but it's Chevening, I guess. Chevening, Chevening. So it depends. It doesn't matter. Don't worry.
So, speaking about chevening and UPI, so do you think UPI helped in your journey to become a Chevening scholar?
Yes, definitely. So whenever, along with UP, it gave me to a to my understanding, when you apply for scholarships, you also give your past experiences and things that helped you to become the person you are today. So when I believe when I wrote my essays for Chevening, I have mentioned about the UPA scholarship, but not just mentioning. I tried putting out the things that I learned through IEEE or through the recognition that I've received. So that was something that I made sure that I put it out in such a way, rather than just mentioning it or boasting about the fact that I've been awarded this scholarship. This award. I tried to put what I learned through it, or what are the experiences that I've gained, and what change it made to me. So that's how I tried putting it out there.
So, Rima, while speaking on your experiences, so By filling out your application, did you include your failures or the challenges that you faced?
Uh, to be honest, being very genuine in your essays is also important. So whenever I tried making sure I wrote about the curveballs that I had to face when I was organizing an event and how I tried to overcome it. So that's something I tried to include all of my, like, most of the essays, rather than making it very superficial and only talking about the achievements or the success that I had. I tried involving the problems that arise, things that I had to solve, and how I worked as a person when crisis come in was something a better way of putting yourself. So I tried doing that as well. But always make sure it definitely matters how you present it rather than putting it out straight. It also matters about how well you present it, so that the reader who reads your essays feel like you're someone who's always looking for growth, or someone who always want to be a better version. So
Okay, so I believe rather than making a perfect application, it is important to ensure that our vision is conveyed through it. Am I right?
yeah, yeah, true.
Yes. So now, if you had to reapply today,
Okay.
so obviously you were a UPS scholar in the year 2022.
Yeah.
You have had a few years of experience. What would you do? What would be the one thing, just one thing, what you would do differently?
Okay. um yeah, so it's been 4 years almost, but something I would definitely start doing is start earlier. Because I really remember I was actually verge of the last day when the deadline, like it's 30th this April. I applied it on 29th, or actually on 30th April, but I applied as it was I believe in a different time system. I was in US during that time for my program. So I applied actually 1 hour before the actual deadline closes. So do not do that. Make sure that you do not don't want to go through the tension. Start early, go through different types of iterations, and make sure you ask out to mentors or people who have already received the scholarship, so that you have an idea about how to apply it, and be well prepared. So that's something that I'll definitely pass on, because that's something that I lacked last time. And I think there were ways where you could definitely make the essays better. So I would maybe sit down and reread several times and make changes so that at the end it sounds more nicer. And also I requested for my letter of recommendation towards the end, which was also not a great trait to hold on to. So that's something, these two things are things that I would definitely try getting up early and start doing.
No, I believe our audience is pretty lucky, the participants, because we have one scholar out here who prepared for 2 weeks for the scholarship, and one right here who just took an hour to apply. So I guess, my dear participants, you have an option here. Who do you want to get help from? Everyone is here. You're free to ask your questions. So now, were there any specific initiatives or ideas in your visions that made your application separate from the very perfect one and the dreamy one? So, what do you think made your application stood out?
Okay. So as Navneet said, I was hearing him. All of the like whatever he said applies to me as well. I tried making sure the experiences. So I mostly focused on the impact it has created, rather than telling that how much I have done. It was mostly like this helped a certain set of people to grow, or certain set of people to learn something new. That's the approach that I tried taking. And also made sure that I bring in numbers and experience that I learned throughout the process, and what were the like what are the problems that I had to face. So it sounded really genuine and raw rather than very superficial or exaggerated. So that's something I believe that kept my essays out of the box. And mostly it depends upon your essays, because that's the only way how they can see you or the things that you've done.
So speaking about your essays, so how did you format it, like the paraphrasing and everything? I mean, you had a limited time to submit your application, so obviously. So what do you
Like,
think helped you
yeah,
there?
so back then there was no much of GPT or any other AI tools to help you out. So I believe I had to do it by myself. So I believe there were few mistakes as well in between, but that doesn't matter to a point where if you have a strong story to say, a strong like a narration, then that doesn't matter much. But I tried to start off as if it's a story being said, like my background and how it is started and where I am currently. So I always tried to narrate it that way rather than just pointing out what were the things that I did. And also tried making into paragraphs where like each para would be talking about a certain phase of my life, a certain time where I was doing a particular thing, so that each para is dedicated to it. So I believe that's how I designed my essays to my greatest extent I could remember, because it's been 4 years since I can recollect. Maybe I might have my essay somewhere. I'll just go check it out at the same time.
Okay, well, what about you, Navneet? Like you had a whole 2 weeks. So what about you? How did you format it, the paraphrasing and everything? How did you handle it?
So to be honest, IEEE's award server frequently crashes. So yeah, 2 weeks is a very short time for that. So so the thing is, most of the time when I open this award portal, it doesn't work. So I have to postpone my application process. So it really took very little amount of time. So but the thing is, again, storytelling. I actually started with leadership progression, how I started my journey in IEEE and where I am right now. I talked about all the challenges that I have faced during this period. And yes, I explained in a very genuine manner. Like even though, yeah, during my time, ChatGPT was available, and it was very easy to actually, structure and format all the text. So the thing is, I never really asked ChatGPT to create the entire, text for me. Rather, I would first write it myself and ask it to rephrase it. That's how I did it. So yeah, the thing is, I think these people, you know, prefer a personal touch over proper, like clear ChatGPT prompts. So I feel like being genuine actually helps.
So do you think that is the X factor that made your application stand out?
It's the way I, explain my experiences. Unlike just, I talked about the initiative that I personally took and the impact that I created, rather than just saying that I organized this so and so event. I talked about what I did, the challenges I faced, and then I talked about the impact it created. So it was more of a story rather than just a normal listing of different positions and activities that I have conducted. So I feel like that was one of the X factors that actually helped me.
Yes, so I do understand that it's not just about listing out your achievements. It's about conveying the proper way, the what you learned, what was the impact, what is your vision. I think that is what actually matters. And just speaking about it, beyond the application and getting selected, the entire process and everything, what did this experience teach you? Be professionally, personally, what was it that you learned from this experience?
So professionally, like yeah, it helped. It taught me to actually structure a proper application and in a proper formal document. And it also professionally helped me a lot in college placements too. Actually, this REM scholarship tag in the resume is adds a lot of value to our profile, and I had a lot to talk about it in interviews. And personally, I felt that all the initiatives I have taken so far actually, like how do I say it? All the initiatives I like, how do I say that? It basically gave me the confidence in the work that I have been doing over time. It made me realize that consistent effort, even in small initiatives, actually adds up and gets recognized.
Thanks, Navdeep. Now, just a personal question. You were awarded $1,000. എന്ത് ചെയ്തു?
എന്ത് ചെയ്തു ആസിൻ ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഞാനത് കുറച്ച് ചെലവാക്കി, ബാക്കി എഫ്ഡി ഇട്ടു. കയ്യിരുന്നാ പൊടിക്കും ഞാൻ.
നമ്മുടെ റെം സ്കോളർ എന്തായാലും റെസ്പോൺസിബിൾ ആണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. എത്ര എമൗണ്ട് പൊടിച്ചു?
കയ്യുന്നാ ശരിയാവില്ല, അതാ പിന്നെ ഞാൻ കൊണ്ട് ഇട്ടു.
To my dear audience, Navneet is actually my senior from college. We are both from art, and so our company did all. Yeah. So I just had the opportunity to work with him for, I believe, 2-3 events. Yeah. Yes, IEEE എല്ലാം കൊച്ചിക്ക്, പക്ഷെ കൊച്ചിയല്ലല്ലോ, കോഴിക്കോട് തിരിച്ചു വന്നത് ഒരുമിച്ചാ പോയത്. ഒരുപാട് മെമ്മറീസ് ഉണ്ട് നവനീതിന്റെ കൂടെ. Yeah. So coming back to you, Rima. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, so is there anything else that you would like to add to our participants?
Yeah, I believe there's a Q&A, or do you want me to start answering them? Because I saw a few questions.
Okay. Yeah, I think our participants are really excited for the question and answer section this time. Well, I haven't really seen such an active audience lately. I mean, the reactions and everything that's been going on, I haven't seen that lately at all. Well, this is a question for both of you, actually. Well, we'll just start with Rima and then go to Navneet. Just what is your final piece of advice for all your future applicants? This final one piece of advice that you would like to give them. So, Rima?
Yeah. So mine would be definitely to apply. Irrespective of anything, you might have deadlines, you might be running out of time, you might be, not sure whether you should apply. First apply and then think. So that's something I always say, because you have to show up irrespective of whatever it is. So stay grounded in specific. If you don't remember the numbers exactly or the details, please don't say the exact figures. You can always say approx or roughly. So it's always best being credible than confident with a wrong answer. So please make sure that you give your best of abilities to write your essays. Take time with it, and then apply it with confidence. So yeah.
Is there anything you would like to add to this, Navneet?
Actually talked about this. To be very honest, be genuine. Like, don't go for credible, experiences and initiatives. Often talk about the initiatives that you have come up, that you have brought forward and the impacts that created, and be very genuine with it. Even if an event, doesn't have much, the number of participants in an event is very less. Be genuine with it. Talk about it as a challenge you faced and how you overcome it. So I believe being genuine is like one of the most important things here. That's it.
Thank you, Navneet and Rima. Now, yes, I think that's something everyone out here should remember. And yes, now Parvati, I'm handing over to you.
Okay, so hi everyone. Now is the time to ask all of the questions you have. Yes, Sam, please.
All right. First of all, good evening to Rima ma'am and Navneet sir. I mean, Navneet bro. So, like, I am a student at IIT Kottayam, and currently we don't have an IEEE CSSBC here. We do have something for antennas or something, if I'm not wrong, the electronics department, if I'm not wrong. But then I was able to like present a paper at the conference ICAT IIT that was held in our institute in collaboration with IEEE Kerala section. So does it make me any bit eligible to apply for these scholarships, or is it a strict requirement that I have to be part of a CSSPC?
You actually should be a part. You should be a member of computer society. That we actually there are 5 eligibility criteria. I'll just read that out. So. The thing is, you must hold IEEE Computer Society's membership for at least 3 months prior to the application. Must be a full-time student. Must have a minimum CGPA of 6.25 or 60% overall, and must be an active IEEE student branch of chapter member. And these are this scholarship can only be applied by graduate students or final students in the students in the final 2 years of their undergraduate program. So, from what I understood, you are eligible, right? Like, are you active within IEEE or?
No, I'm not. I'm not an IEEE member or anything here. Besides, we don't have an IEEE CSSPC here. I think we are in the process of getting CSSPC.
Actually, you need a IEEE Computer Society's membership to apply for it. I don't think SBC is that required. As in, at least it's not a part of the eligibility.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Also,
neither do I have that. Neither do I have that kind of eligibility as well. Like, I'm not part of anything in IEEE as of now. The only IEEE connection I think I can actually claim is the fact that I got to present a paper. That's all. That's what I was wondering about.
So you do not have a membership, IEEE membership or computer society membership, both of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I don't think you'll not be eligible to apply because it is usually applied in the portal. So to get access to the portal, you all need an IEEE credentials.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
So you must have an IEEE Computer Society membership for at least 3 months prior to the application deadline. So can't.
All right. Still, thanks a lot for the great knowledge. I think I'll be able to share this with my juniors. They're planning to start a CSSB senior. So I think that will also lead to computer society membership for the other students. I think the knowledge that I got today is actually useful. Thanks a lot for that, both Navneet bro and Reema ma'am.
You can call me Reema. Just big thing. You can call me Reema. I don't want ma'am or anything. You can call me Reema. But Sam, you can always apply for computer society even if you do not have an SP, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So in case you want to, if you have an IEEE membership, you can take other society memberships by yourself also. So yeah, all the best.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Sam. We have a question from Amrita. So, Amrita, please.
Hi, I'm Amrita, currently serving as the chairperson of IEEE SBS ACT. So my question is that while in the application process, they have been asked about the transcript mark sheet of the student. But according to the now situation, we must request to the we are under KTU, so we must request it to KTU, and it takes a lot of time. That means across 1 month it need to be approved. So is there any alternative? It means clubbing the SEM grade cards is enough to be uploaded if necessary. Is there any problem while uploading that way, or transcript is necessary, mandatory?
Navneet, do you want to answer? Or because as you
To
have
be very
applied,
honest,
yeah.
To be very honest, Rajagiri is an autonomous college. I mean, it takes literally some 2 hours for us to print the semester transcripts. So I really don't know how to answer that question.
But
I'm really
I
sorry.
believe I didn't, when I was applying, I didn't have to apply for a transcript. I applied my SEM card, SEM mark sheet only, like a particular SEM mark sheet. Because to apply for a transcript also, you need to pay, I believe. I'm not sure. Because towards the end, you had to pay to buy your transcript once you graduate. So I just had to, I believe I combined my semester mark sheets and uploaded it. I'm not sure. I can't recollect it, but that's how I did it. Yeah, you don't not have to, like, if it is possible for you, you can request for a transcript. But then I don't think it's mandatory that you need to have the actual transcript. You can either get your like SEM mark sheet from the portal itself, and then you can upload that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question. And we have another question from Anantika.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening, Navneet and Reema ma'am. So I hope Reema ma'am, I'm not sure if you remember me, but I had the privilege to conduct an event with you last year under Informatica. I'm not sure. So let me get to the question. Right now, I'm serving as the Joint Secretary of SBCEC. I've also had the uh, privilege to be the WIC of my college as well. So I was able to conduct like 6 or 7 events, mostly online, when I was serving as the WIC. But since I'm the Joint Secretary, I don't think so that I'll be able to like conduct events as a part of my authoritative, like in that way. So you guys actually told about conducting events, technicality and all those stuff. So I'm not sure if like is conducting an event more important, or being a part of it, or attending one is more important. How do you guys put it?
Um, oh, hi, Antika. I remember you, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah, so to be very honest, I was never in the core team of computer science, I mean, the society when I was applying. So it mostly depend upon you being part of the organizing team, or it need not be you the best, I mean, you the most, who is the one who's holding on to the most superior position in the society. It purely depends upon what you organized or what was your learning and how it impacted. So you do not have to, and you don't have to take credit for saying that you have introduced it or things or like that, but it can be put in a way that you've been part of the organizing team where you help with them with this so and so, or this is what it impacted, or this is how it created a change. So irrespective of that, you can write about your experiences and your learnings with the society. So you should
Mm,
definitely apply. Over to
excellent.
you,
So
Navneet.
I'm actually in the second year, like I'm about to finish it. So what you've actually told is about the core team that conducts an event. So what about I attend another SB's event, or let it be the CSKS, let it be any other event. So is attending an event also something that matters in a participant point of view?
The thing is, you can include both volunteering experiences as well as your learning experiences associated with CS. So the thing is, I feel like conducting an event holds more value compared to attending it, because taking ownership actually matters, I believe. Like, but you can always attend. So I mean, you can always apply, but I feel like taking ownership, basically, you need to talk about the initiative that you have taken and the impact it has created. That is what it is all about. Because I have, before applying, I went through a lot of forums, and all the people were talking about how impact is actually judged here. So again, you can talk about how you attended this particular event and how you learned, how the things you learned from that event and things like that. Again, you can go forward and apply for this.
Okay. One more thing, then I'm done. I also heard about another like community or society, like, I mean, out of IEEE, like if I work for another, it's like something like Newland or Think Hub, like it is like a different, body, right? So is my part, or if I'm like part of something like that, is that also going to be something that's going to make my that whole resume or something, that my application stand out? Or is it something purely and strictly based on IEEE? Because I heard someone saying about having a role in some other society as well. So is it going to make my application stand out?
Because the thing is, I was also a part of NDLI and IDC. So in my application, I mentioned my initiatives that I've taken over there too. So I think IEEE is often prioritized, but again, the things that you have done within the initiative you have taken actually matters. I think it's fine.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And also, you said you're in your second year, right?
Yeah, I'm actually about to finish. My SEM
Yeah.
exams are nearing, so after the exams, I'll be going for the third year.
So you have like even if you apply this time, you have enough time to apply again. So don't worry, you can build your profile, have few experiences being part of the organizing team as well. Because that also, as Navneet said, it's a little when you weigh the participation over your initiative or being on like taking ownership on it, that might be weighed a little higher. So honestly speaking, try also getting a few experiences on that side as well so that you have a better profile. And also, as you said, other community, I believe when I was applying for UP, there was one question where you have to write about other community experiences. So if it's very much particular to computer science, you can add all of that in your that essay. So that'll add on to the general picture of how much you're contributing to the general computer science sector or the environment.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Nantika. So before we move on to Alvin and Anushka, there's a question in the chat. It's from Hussein. So the question is that I have been active in IEEE as a whole and even have involved in other societies. CS is a bit less. How to tackle this? I do have a 3-year membership in CS. So Rima or Navaneet, please.
I guess Navneet could answer this.
Which year are you in, Hussein? So basically, okay. So again, as I already said, it doesn't matter whether you work in CS or in other clubs. Basically, your initiatives actually matter here. So I feel like you have one whole year to work for CS maybe, but again, it doesn't matter much. Properly prioritize your again your interests matter here. So again, I feel like maybe as you have one more year left, you can like volunteer more for CS and maybe complete your profile by the next year. So,
Okay, we hope that answered your question. And now we move on to Alvin Reddy's question.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Navneet, and hi, Rima. Rima, I hope you remember me.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I have a question. I mean, you have said that CGPA plays a major role in the application process. So, uh, and hello.
Yes, carry on.
Okay. You said that CGPA plays a major role in the application process. So, if I have a back paper, a single back paper, would my application be rejected?
I don't think so because they do not ask you for back papers, but they ask you for your overall CGPA and your academic script. So if you have cleared it before you apply, then that will be fine because by the time you apply, you will need to have all of your transcripts for your previous semesters. So if you have back paper on in one semester, you may not be able to get semester card. So that might be a red flag. But then if you have all of them cleared and with you, then I don't think it matters. And a common umbrella statement is what
you can. I mean, no, there like you need certain No, the things that are required here are leadership skills, technical skills, as well as IEEE involvement. If you have all of these, then you can apply for the thing.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir,
LG Dasika, second year AI and DS. I joined a bit late. Could you please briefly explain about the REM scholarship and what has been discussed so far? Ma'am, could you also kindly brief us on the eligibility criteria and the key selection parameters for the UPE scholarship? Okay. Okay, so can you start, Navaneet?
okay, so I'll start with the evaluation criteria I didn't discuss so far. So, okay, so you can note it down if you want. The volunteering experiences carries 30% weightage. The academic performance carries again 30%. LORs. Each application requires two LORs, letters of recommendation, one from the branch counselor as well as the chapter advisor. So 10% each, overall 20%. Extracurricular activities carry 10%, and student ambassador vision statement carries 10%. When it comes to eligibility, you have to either you have to be a graduate or students in final 2 years of your UG program can apply. Must be an active SB or chapter member. Minimum CGPA of 6.25 must be maintained. Must be a full-time student and must hold IEEE Computer Society's membership for at least 3 months prior to the application deadline. These are the eligibility as well as evaluation criteria. And what else? Be very genuine in the talk about your leadership experience, talk about your leadership progression, talk about how you worked, how you took your initiatives and the impact it has created. Maybe talk about the challenges you faced. Also talk about when it comes to technical skills, talk about your projects, main project, mini project, hobby projects. When I was applying for the REM scholarship, I was working on a mentorship, internship kind of program, which was conducted by Bangalore's chapters Computer Society. So I did mention that too. So what else? And and be very genuine, like okay. Also talk about the initiatives you have taken and the impact it has created. Like basically narrate a story. That's my opinion.
So yeah, with me again, the eligibility criteria are very similar to REM. What Navneet said is exactly the same thing to UP. The only thing is, if you've already got REM, you can't apply for UP. Same goes for REM as well. So just that. So I'll just tell you about the eligibility as it has already been mentioned. Academic standing is important, your technical and community contribution, and your vision statement. And it tells you where you're going, and you have to say why computing is essential to your journey. That is very important because you have to revolve around computer science and how it has influenced and impacted in your journey. And you're also going in that path. So that's important. And the key selection parameters from my experience are how well you are quantify the impact that of what you have done, not just what you did, but who it reached and what changed because of it is very important. And your letters of recommendation matters the most because that's the only way they can clarify or make sure that you have done what you have specified in your essays. So that's the only way to cross check whatever you've mentioned is true. But only if they are specific. Generic letter is almost nothing. That doesn't matter at all. It has to be specific to you. The letters should be very much written about you by the people who are the well-wishers who think that you deserve that scholarship. And your vision statement needs to feel like a natural extension of what you've done so far, not just an completely different aspect of what you've done and you're just making it up for the essay. So I believe you're in the right time to start building, and you just have to work on your IEEE experience and the other leadership potential and the technical expertise you have had and the projects that you love to work. So if you could articulate all of them in the coming years, you'll be able to definitely get the award. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Dasika has one more question. Are you there? Okay, so welcome. And the final question is from Akila Sarah Vincent. So, Akila, please.
Good evening, all. I have a question that is there any other scholarships you prefer for students of all the years can apply? I'm a first year student and I know it won't work if I apply for a scholarship because I don't have much experiences in IEEE or any other units. But I would like to know about it. So can you just say any other scholarship is there? Is there any other scholarships you prefer that I can apply in the future? Actually, any of you can apply. Any of you can say.
Now, Nidhi, you can start. You.
I really don't have any idea about other scholarships. So, Rima, please.
All right. I believe there is a PES scholarship for other societies also conduct other scholarships where you can have video competition. I believe there's somebody who got it from IEEE, I guess the college in Pendalvanna. I can't remember its name. There are scholarships from PES Society. There are Women in Engineering Society that gives scholarship, but not. I believe that they are all different, but they all provide scholarship. The most famous or the most easily accessible ones are REM and then UPE. But there are other scholarships from the other society. So you just have to search scholarships for IEEE and you'll find a list of scholarships that you're eligible for. And also there are scholarships for India Council and other possibility regarding scholarship for IEEE specifically. So just have to search your eligibility and just let them know all of your achievements and your profile so far and just search. As now there's Claude and everything, you just have to make a chat and say, give your profile about so and so and tell them, ask them what are the IEEE scholarships that you can apply. They'll give you a list of them and you just have to apply it by yourself. So that's what IEEE. With other general scholarships, I've applied for hundreds of them. So a few would be, I applied for a student exchange program when I was in my second year and I got it in my third year. So that was Global UGrad Scholarship, where I got to study in US for a semester, completely on a fully funded scholarship by the US Department of State. And that was a great opportunity. Then you have CCIP program, other scholarships that you can apply, like student exchange programs, summer school programs, youth internship conferences, summits. All of these are opportunities where you can apply when you're in your college, especially when you're in first year, second year, because once you're in your final year, it's getting hard for you to get opportunities because they'll not be able to take it unless you're going for masters, PhDs, or things like that, research work. Mostly for leadership roles or things like that, they look for your first year, second year, and third year experiences. So you just have to search all of these scholarships that I also applied when I was in. There's Scott Fellowship. There's other programs that you could apply when you're in your college. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Also, SPS, Single Person Society, also offers a scholarship. I don't know whether first years can apply for it, but I've seen my fellow Exico members applying for it. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There's one more question from Fardeen Shah.
May I know what can I add as the academic transcript Can I obtain it from college itself?
Like I obtained academic transcript from the college itself, but I'm not sure about other colleges because ours is autonomous.
So should I apply it beforehand to obtain it? Like, does it take much time?
See, as over here at Rajagiri, it only takes something like 2 hours. Like we can apply it during break and get it during the main break. So I am not sure about K2, but Rima, please.
Hello.
Sorry. I applied during COVID or after COVID, I believe. So during that time, I applied with my transcripts that I was available from the portal, which was just SEM cards, not the actual ones that you request for. So if you are running out of time, apply with SEM cards. Otherwise, you can request for transcript. But I guess it's paid or it takes a little more time. So if you have enough time, do that. Otherwise, just apply with your SEM cards, combine all of your SEM results, and then apply.
Okay. So Miss Rima, you had said that you had attended an extension program abroad. May I know which extension program it was?
It's called Global UGrad program. It was an youth. It was a global exchange program, student exchange program. So I went there to do my 1 semester of BTech there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so as we wrap up, I hope you're leaving with one clear thought: REM and UPE aren't out of reach. They're within reach with the right effort and intent. So before you leave, please make sure to fill out the feedback form. We'll be sharing the link in the chat to receive your participation certificates. And thank you to our amazing speakers, and thank you all for being a part of this session. We hope to see many of you as future REM and UP scholars. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great time and all the best to everyone. And I hope you all get these scholarships. Bye. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.